Yes, hello, it is I, Danhausen here. That's right, the Danhausen. Very nice, very evil, love that Danhausen, so on and so forth.
Hey, this is Cole Cabana, professional wrestler and former professional podcaster.
This is the artist formerly known as Fandango, a.k.a. Dirty Dango, a.k.a. Captain Midnight.
This is former WWE superstar and the greatest European champ of all time, D'Lo Brown here.
Hey, this is Olympic hero Kurt Angle.
Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet.
This is the king of NXT, Lexus. King?
Bro, it's Vince Russo.
What's the name of your thing?
The Fig Cave.
Tune into the Fig Cave.
You are listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
I love listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
And you're listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
And you are listening to a podcast right now. It's the Fig Cave.
And this is the Fig Cave.
And you're listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
You are listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
With my boys Phil, Tommy, and Nick. And if you're not listening, then you better recognize.
The Fig Cave podcast, the best podcast out there today. We are the podcast with the most stuff. We have the podcast that's the most buff. And we are the podcast, if you listen to us long enough, you won't be able to get enough.
God bless America. Buy action figures. I hate pro wrestling.
Not your cursed.
Got it, bro? Good.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We finally got this under wraps here. The technology issues we had last night were our fault. We're here live. Nick has some Terminator sunglasses on for some reason. We got some Patreon folks hanging out in the chat. We got a big episode. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of reveals from Mattel Creations today. We got our buddy Nick, Erik from Adventures in Collecting coming on to talk about New York Toy Fair. A lot of cool stuff, guys. What is going on? What is up? It's almost time to set the clocks back, man. It's almost like time to get some more sunlight. I'm loving it.
We lose an hour though.
I
could use an extra hour.
Yeah, that does suck, but I like being able to stay late till like 8 o'clock. That's nice.
I just realized we have to like retrain Marley.
Oh yeah, it's no kids are tough during that week. There's a week there where they're not used to it and they get all fucking fidgety and cranky, So have fun with that. But what's Tommy? I know you got the surgery scheduled for next week.
17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yep.
I will be out next week. I'm going on vacation with the wife and kid, but you guys can do a little 2-man operation, a little rub and tug.
This is your first vacation. Should we get a counter? We'll take a lot of vacations, guys. Just so we know.
I do. Hey, man. That's from that no spend February. That's how I get all my money saved up. I got to come up to Connecticut in October for something, so that's one vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the first. I think I got a couple planned. I got a couple more to plan, but nothing too crazy. I'm not going to freaking Mar-a-Lago or anything. Just a little Florida trip. Well, is Mar-a-Lago in Florida? I don't even know where that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a random place, though. I'm going to
I'm going to Sarasota to watch some Oriole spring training. I'm excited to get some restaurants picked out, get a couple some toy stores down there. So I'll be making some content. Don't worry, I'll be in the Facebook group.
Isn't Sarasota where Macho Man was billed from?
I think so. Oh, yeah.
The reason I know of it is because
I like how you said build from, because that's definitely it could be totally fake.
Oh, absolutely.
He's probably from like Iowa or something. We got to talk about Elimination Chamber first. We have some cool figure photography we'll do later in the show from a bunch of people on social media, mostly Instagrammers, figure photographers. What do you guys think of the Elimination Chamber overall before we go into John Cena turning heel?
It's boring.
Wait, why? I didn't get to watch it yet. What happened?
Oh no! Darn it, dude! The guy was dead the whole time. Bruce Willis.
I brought, after as I've mentioned before, after all these years, they finally give us iPads at work to do timesheets and go on and off jobs. Anyway, I dragged that with me so I could watch it on the way home from working for Zombie Sailor all day. So me and Mr. Sapienza watched it in the car. you know, he didn't watch. He was driving, but you know,
I hope not. God.
So it was nice to have that, and got home, finished watching. It was a good show. Like I know people complain like there's not enough matches, but I feel like good, satisfied. Like
you were sports entertained.
I was, sportly entertained for sure.
Time, you said it was boring.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't boring. Maybe
It's okay. It's okay if you feel that way.
I just feel like there was like nothing really memorable except for Cena turning because it's such a big moment. So it was like the rest you just kind of forget about everything else.
It does overshadow everything. Yeah. Should we get into the Cena turn thing?
Let's do it.
Okay. People thought this was the greatest thing that's ever happened, and here's the good part. This is never going to happen again. There's never going to be a guy that's either a good guy or a bad guy for 15, 20 years again, right? I mean, Seth Rollins, he turns good or bad. It doesn't, he's been a good guy 5 times, 10 times. You know, it's inconsequential anymore. But Cena, we're never going to see someone be like a Hulk Hogan, a Cena ever again, right? Do you think?
No.
Those days are gone.
That's a lot of like foreshadowing, you know, that's a real arc is to stick with somebody to being a good guy for so long.
Right? Yeah. And not even when the people get sick of him, you still like that was a Vince thing. Like, I don't care. This is what I want. I don't care what the people say. I thought it was done pretty well. I saw it coming, you know, kind of a little bit early, but it was still a pretty good ending. What I really hate and I don't like is number one, none of them, Cody, Cena, Rock, nobody was on Raw the next, you know, on 2 nights later. None of them. So we haven't furthered this at all. Number two, The Rock can't decide what he wants to be. He comes out and does a promo on SmackDown and he's yucking it up and talking about his movies, and then he's doing a press conference and fucking finger guns and like, be a heel, be a bad guy, and don't talk about your Waffle House order in the press conference. Like, it really wasn't about Cena. It's like, just like be a bad guy if you're going to be a bad guy. Just, you know, he wants to be a little bit of everything. I don't know, and I don't even know how long do you think this lasts. This is Cena's last year. Is he a heel after SummerSlam?
What do they? This is his last WrestleMania, right? That's what they say.
Yeah,
and that he's not going to make it to Rumble, right, next year.
I'm surprised he didn't do WrestleMania to WrestleMania to make it a little more of a bookend, but
I guess he's going to fight The Rock at his last show, right?
He's got to, right?
Yeah. It's got. I mean, you know, it's predictable that he's gonna, you know, he's obviously gonna turn back in time. You know, turn back face in time, but it's all right. I like his new scowl.
Yeah. He's also not very like I want to hear how he sounds. Like, he can't go back to the Thugonomics, Cena. He's far too old for that, right? I mean,
you can't go back to thinking that everybody's untouchable.
Yeah, no.
Right.
People are touchable now. Yeah. But I mean, does he get rid of the jorts? What does he do?
Dude, if he comes out in a matching outfit to The Rock, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like,
just like his little buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to come out completely different. Not necessarily bald, like the internet has been making him, but you know what? He's got to spray that bald spot. Like,
you don't have
as
to
a bad guy.
anything.
He's got to come out as in a suit, and he cannot have the same theme music because it takes away from it if everybody is singing along, singing John Cena sucks or whatever to his theme song. He's got it. Hopefully he's got like some B-side from his old rap album.
Yeah, well, is the trademark available to make a new track?
I don't know.
That'd be nice.
I don't know, but it's got to be something. It's got to be completely different than
it's like when Roman like changed, like, and we got a whole new theme song, and we hated it at first, but then it really fit his character, you know, something like that. But
yeah.
I got a feeling he wrestles Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Cody beats him somehow. The Rock flips out on Cena. Cena turns back face. Then we get them wrestling at SummerSlam or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't see them. I mean, it's cool they did it, but I just can't see if this is Cena's last year. I mean, we're looking at like it's almost April in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him being a heel for more than 2-3 months. So
I just can't wait till it's Miz and R-Truth team up with Cody and finally get their revenge at Survivor Series on Cena and The Rock.
There you go. That'd be awesome.
That's fucking
dark,
guys.
That's a long term.
That's real long term.
How about Miz joining with them and just
pack to come out?
How about Miz joining with them and being like a Hollywood, like A-list Hollywood asshole group? You know, that'd be cool.
They gotta have R-Truth on SmackDown tomorrow, though, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, you have to.
Oh, dude.
That'd be a good first opponent for
Cena.
Yeah, Cena to just beat the shit out of. You know.
Yep.
Oh, well. It does make WrestleMania a little more interesting. So there's that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That like I had no interest in WrestleMania for some reason up until all that stuff happened. Like it did its job. Like there's some parts of the story that you need to connect the dots or things that we're supposed to forget as fans. But at the same time, it did its job where I literally like was not excited about WrestleMania at all. Now I'm like, oh, I got to tune into SmackDown tomorrow. Like, I got to make sure I'm around. I tuned into Raw just in case, like right away. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
see where it goes.
Should be interesting.
It's definitely not people. I know people on the internets are saying it's up there with like Hogan turning. It's definitely not that. That's completely different.
That might be what have pissed me off the most.
I think it's not far off, man.
Dude, that changed everything, man. That was maybe not the night itself, but what came afterwards. I don't think we're going to see a huge change in like pro wrestling.
Hogan did that probably maybe a year before we were really into like internet wrestling, like lore and rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't like dropping hints. Actually, no, let me back up. They weren't Hogan and like Nash and Hall weren't like fucking jerking each other off in the middle of the ring a month before this, before Hogan turned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Cody and Rock were. But
yes. I think it's not. I think it's close.
It's still real to you,
dude. He broke a lot of kids' hearts, dude.
I know,
a lot of kids' hearts out there.
Dude, I thought Logan was going to be all devastated. He didn't even care.
Nash did not, and his friend were with me watching. They did not give a shit. There was no reaction. Maybe because they didn't grow up with like Cena's kind of like.
I think they're just behind the curve with him.
Yeah, Cena's just kind of he comes and goes. They don't know too much about him besides like some of his movies. So it didn't have that effect.
Would be more upset. He caught one of his wristbands a long time ago.
Oh damn.
Yep.
Well, let's welcome in Erik from Adventures in Collecting. Get him on the line here.
Hey everybody! How's it going?
Wow, that was quick, dude. You're right in there. Thank you.
Hey, you hit the button. I went from grayed out in the corner to like live and in color. So here I am.
You guys can follow their podcast. It's AIC_podcast on Instagram. Unlike us, they talk about they're actually professional, unlike us, but also they talk about a lot more than just wrestling figures. You guys are all over the place. When did you guys start your pod?
September of 2019. So
okay. Oh man,
that's when we fired it up. So
very nice.
This past week, it's funny you have me on. First of all, I have so many things that I want to say about Elimination Chamber. I've just been listening. Like,
God, yes, please do.
But to answer your first question, so yeah, it was started in 2019, and like somehow managed to fall ass backwards into getting to go to Toy Fair in 2020. Long story short, we had friends that at the time they worked in they worked for this AV company that had a contract with the Javits Center, which is where they have Toy Fair every year in New York City. And their contract was they film B-roll at these events. So like they just show up and they film like atmosphere and B-roll, and then they sell it to all of the companies that are there. So that way, if they're putting together their video packages and they need like high quality B-roll of the event. Nice. So he knew that, we had just started a toy podcast, and he was like, I can get you guys badges. So in 2020, we went in and unknowingly stepped into like the world's largest super spreader event because everyone had just come from Hong Kong Toy Fair. And,
oh my God.
Like literally like weeks later, because that was like February of 2020. So like 6 weeks later, the Javits Center went from holding like one of the biggest annual trade show events to being a like mobile hospital.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that was our start.
Have you gone every year since then?
So they took a couple years off, obviously,
Mhm.
because of everything that happened. And then they had kind of a smaller version of it in 2023. Like, not everyone was like sure what they were going to come back, whether it was something that was necessary. So a lot of the brands like weren't there. But this year felt like real again. Like everyone was there. It was like back to normal. Yeah. So yeah, 5 years. 5 years.
Very nice. What were your thoughts on what we said about Elimination Chamber?
Oh, all right. So first of all, I actually thought this was one of the better elimination chambers, like post pandemic, like, out of the Thunderdome. Like I thought, with the exception of the women's tag match, which was really just kind of a way to spotlight Trish, right? Celebrate her in her hometown. I thought the rest of the matches were actually really good. Like the women's chamber, I thought it was great. I thought, forwarding the story with Jade was, that was a little overdue, but I thought it was memorable. It's not often that somebody gets completely thrashed like seconds into the chamber, right? And that was brutal. That was like a brutal beatdown. That, I think, that story is going to be way more complicated than people are kind of assuming. I actually think that it wasn't Naomi. I actually think it was Bianca that did the job.
Well, that'd be fun. That'd be cool.
And Jade was just, trying to get to her by, kind of getting the usurper, right?
Shit. So that would make Jade like the good guy in this situation eventually?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I think. And I think we actually get a point where Naomi and Jade are actually working together, because it's like one of those things where, Naomi being like that, the ultra baby face, right? Like, I understand, going to Jade, like, I understand that Bianca did you wrong. I know why you beat me up. Let's get together and like get back at her, sort of thing. So
I can see
I think that could be in the cards. But yeah, I mean, the heel turn was fantastic.
Bianca didn't make any sense winning. I still don't care, even with what happened Monday. I know obviously the way you say it, you could eventually get to, that's how Jade is going to get to the belt, but I think that's I was like watching it and I was like, I don't understand, why is she winning? But there was no real other answer to it.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing, right? I think the reason why she won is, like, you think like, oh, that kind of boring trajectory of like, oh, okay, well, Rhea and Bianca will put on a fantastic match. They work really well together. I've seen them before. It's, it'll be a great match. But I think it's more complicated than that, especially now with Rhea dropping the belt on Raw. Like, it's just like,
that opens up a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, they're cooking something here.
Liv Morgan was killer, by the way, in that match.
Yeah.
You got to touch on that. Yeah. She has gotten so much better from where she started, like in the Riot Squad. She's she's like a freaking star now.
So you're saying that if you're on TV and you want to get better, if you just train, train on your off time with somebody like Natty, that you could be better.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Well, okay.
I don't know if did you guys see that interview? I forget who it was with. I want to say it was like Variety or something, but she did an interview where she was showing like her ring, like her personal ring that she trains in, Liv. And in the middle of the interview, she just starts taking back bumps, and she's like, "Oh well, I'm in here. I might as well be working."
Oh my god!
Oh wow!
Nice.
So it's cool. It was a great interview. But yeah, you guys were comparing the heel turn from with Cena to Hogan, and that's interesting. Because to your point, right, like, the Hogan heel turn did change the entire industry. Like, it literally flicked a switch, and like, we have not gone back since then, for better or worse, right? Whatever we look at it, in the end. But at the time, that was like, it literally did change the industry. Whether or not this did that, I still think it's too early to tell. I mean, if you ask my daughter, who was like gasping and like grabbing at her face and like screaming at the TV, her world is definitely upside down. So, from the 9-year-old, 10-year-old perspective, which I think I was probably that age when I was at 96. Yeah. So I was 8. About the same thing, right? Like, that was like, I remember thinking like, Superman was dead, you know, like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it was, you know, like, Hogan can't be a bad guy. What, you know, and I think a lot of people feel that way about Cena just because it's been so long since he has been one. They almost just don't remember. You have a whole generation of people watching this that like he has been, you know, Mr. Make a Wish for 20 some odd years. So yeah, it's definitely a memorable PLE though. That's
I
for
guess
sure.
that's another way. Is I think the moment of Cena turning versus Hogan turning is as big. I think it's as shocking. But yeah, like you're saying, I guess thinking about the consequence of Hogan, like when he did it, like to spark WCW to be competitive in the Monday Night Wars, to create the NWO. Like, yeah, I don't know if there's going to be enough consequence of of Cena turning, but I
Yeah.
think the moment of the two turns, I think is closer than people
Yeah.
want to give credit. So,
Just
but it's
I'm wondering,
fun,
like,
man.
on SmackDown, what do we like? Cena won the match, number one, so he already had the title shot. He's already a freaking star. He's in movies and TV shows. So, what is his explanation going to be for doing this? Like,
To
if
break
you're
the
going to
record.
book it, just to break the record, like
That's what
whatever
it
it
is.
takes.
And I think he's going to do it too. I think he's going to win at Mania. And then I think you're going to have to see Cody take it off of him at like SummerSlam. I think
build
they're going
him
to
back
give
up
it to
as
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
could
think
see
they're
it.
going to.
They want him to have that record, so we don't have to talk about Flair anymore. So.
Yep.
But I could
think
have
they
used some weeks and months of like Cena in every interview, like talking about the record or something. We didn't really get to, he's not around enough to do that, but that does make sense. So I could follow that storyline.
And he's booked for what is it? The one in Brussels? There's like a Monday Night Raw in a couple weeks. I want to say it's in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
And he's booked for it. So, and I really hope they take the opportunity for him to do something like terrible to R-Truth. And I love Truth, but like they have to cash that in. They have to cash that in.
Break his heart,
Absolutely.
like just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So on your podcast, you guys, right? What do you collect? Because on your podcast you talk about Funko and NECA and everything in between. What do you collect besides? Are you a wrestling figure collector?
Yes. Yeah. So I actually just opened these guys up today.
Shit! Nice.
Super
nice.
super stoked to have these. I was able to sneak in one of those orders before they went on back order. My Hawk's a little loose, but no, he is. I'm sorry. Yeah, Hawk. Yeah, Hawk's a little loose, but they're really really good. They feel like honestly that they feel like Jazzwares figures. So they feel like Unrivaled or on match figures. But yeah, no, I collect wrestling figures. I'd say my three biggest collections are Star Wars Vintage Collection. So those are the little guys, 3 3/4. Wrestling and Marvel Legends. Those are that kind of make up the lion's share. And then I dabble here and there with like NECA stuff and GI Joes and some Super 7 stuff. But yeah, no, big time wrestling figure collector. That's my favorite thing to actually shoot. All the toy photography that you see on the page is that's me.
Cool. Wow.
My brother and I kind of split duties on the show. But in terms of like running the social media and doing the toy photography and stuff like that, that's all me. So yeah, and I have my scale ring is set up always ready for me to shoot. So I love that. That actually is what got me back into wrestling. I took quite a bit of time off from watching, and the figures actually were what got me back in. I noticed the elites just on toy runs and stuff, how good they were looking, and kind of started to get a couple just to have examples to do like comparisons in terms of size and everything. And then next thing I knew, the bug bit me, and
that's all it takes. Yeah.
Yep, dove back in. So
all right, well, give us your thoughts on what you saw at Toy Fair, and then we can jump in. I know Nikki does some Transformer stuff. Tommy does a couple things here, NECA and horror and stuff like that. So just tell us what you saw from different brands and what you think is going to be out the next year that look cool. And I don't know. I didn't get to see everything. I didn't even know if Mattel had a booth there with wrestling stuff.
Yeah, so I could start with that. So the thing that's interesting about Toy Fair, it makes it. I mean, it's my favorite show when it does happen every year, and thankfully we are back to that cadence. But the thing that makes it a little bit different than your typical like con is it's closed off to the public. So the only people that can go to it are people within the industry. So that basically falls into three categories: the people that make the toys, the people that buy the toys, like retailers, and the people that cover the toy news. So that's basically your three groups of people that are there. And because of that, the booth experiences can vary. So some of them are very much so like, hey, we have reveals, we want to show new stuff to the media, we want to try to bring in some new retail buyers. And a good example of that would be NECA. So NECA like kind of towed the line between showing stuff for retailers, like here's the stuff we already announced, it's coming out later this year, plus knowing that there was going to be media there. They had new reveals. So they had new reveals for horror. They revealed one of my favorite reveals of the actual show was Art the Clown from Terrifier. The fact that that's coming to their 7-inch Ultimates line is awesome. Saves me from having to spend $150 on the Mezco one. So yeah, it's that was like, that kind of stuff is really cool. Getting to see that stuff kind of first, and not having to look over the shoulders of people who are in like cosplay and all of like the the heavy fandom presence that's usually at the conventions.
How's the traffic there? Like the foot traffic? Like, is it, can you get to everything you need to get to?
Oh, 100%.
Or is it, because I've gone to the auto show and obviously Fanatics Fest, and I've been there. I forget the other types of things I've been there, but
New York Comic
I've
Con?
never been to Comic Con.
Okay.
I never
Okay.
like this year. This year, I think I'm gonna. I just want to see it. I just have never gotten to experience it. I want to, but even just Fanatics, it's like, okay, I just have to wait my turn to even walk. Like,
No,
okay,
no.
you go. All right, now us 40 people have to cross. But I just was like wondering, is everything seems approachable?
Oh yeah, I would say I can't, I don't know the actual attendance. They don't like announce the attendance at
Yeah.
these things, but like I would venture a guess that there's probably like a third of the amount of people that
Okay.
would be at a public show. Like, because I've been to the auto show as well, and yeah, it gets Sardini in there. I mean, you
Oh.
can walk. First of all, the two signs that it's not packed, right? You can walk wherever you want to go. You don't have to wait in line to use the bathroom, and the Wi-Fi works. Like those
Oh,
are
wow.
like,
Yeah.
that's how few people are actually there at these things, which is great because like you just kind of zip around and you go to where you need to go. To answer your question about Mattel, yeah, they were there. Their presentation, their booth experience was massive. They actually have an entire like floor almost of the Javits Center. And a lot of times they have stuff in these kind of like back meeting rooms that are closed off to the media that are only available to buyers. And that's where they have kind of like prototypes and maybe really early samples of stuff if they're trying to, entice a retailer to buy in on a line, right? And while I did get to see some of that, not from Mattel, from some of the other brands, usually it's under like a heavy embargo or an NDA that you have to sign, so that way
Oh, wow.
you really can't talk about that stuff. That goes for some of the stuff we saw at Spin Master around the Superman movie that's coming. So like I can say that I saw the entire toy line of what they're doing for that movie, which reveals some things that happens in the movie. But like, unfortunately I can't say anything else past that. Same goes for like Lego. Like we got to see Lego prototypes, which was really cool. Lego sets that aren't completely finished yet, like minifigs that don't have deco on them yet, box art that's not finished yet for some really, really cool stuff that's coming. But again, I like signed an NDA, can't talk about it, couldn't take
Yeah.
pictures. But with the Mattel stuff, their booth presentation was very retail forward. So it was all about like, and you could see it in some of the videos that that we posted, where like the people giving the demonstrations are like, this is a fall media driver, this is a winter media driver. Like they're showing the stuff for like Jurassic World and that new Minecraft movie that's coming to entice retailers. Like this is the stuff that's gonna move off your shelves. The WWE stuff was really stuff we've all seen before. There was nothing like new there. The two things that I was seeing kind of for the first time were they had the fan takeover Cena there, which was actually really funny seeing it the day after the heel turn. We had our appointment there on Sunday. So the lovely PR people that were giving the tour that were not Mattel people, they were like from a PR company that they had outsourced to give the tours, are still using their talk track of like, he's
the most popular
cutout of, here's a cardboard cutout of John Cena. He's like the hero and it's his farewell tour. And like, my brother and I are like, why, John? Why? As we walk up to the cutout. But they had the takeover figure was mint, mint on card there. And then they had the Money in the Bank playset that's coming out was actually like assembled there. And that's always fun. I always think about like 10-year-old me would have loved that Money in the Bank playset.
Yeah.
But I mean that was kind of it for WWE in terms of wrestling stuff. There was some cool new stuff from Jazzwares from AEW. The Orange Cassidy they had shown off already, like the comic book one. Super gimmicky figure, definitely not for everybody. I think you got to be like a really big Orange Cassidy fan to be into that. But the FTR set, it's a cool idea. The fact that it's like his entrance, kind of come to life, right? And it is striking. Like it's a cool colorway. The paint's really sharp on it. If it's your thing, it's great. But the FTR set they showed off was gorgeous. Like
looked awesome.
They actually got them. They actually the boots are right. He's not wearing kickers anymore, which is great. The faces look like them. It's a vast improvement over the versions that we've seen in the past. So
it was cool. The investment that they got to do for the vault and on their guys, and that's what's gonna make it huge.
Yep,
that's got to go. I can't just have tag team 2-packs. I need the investment like they are doing for FTR. It looks, oh my god, I'm so impressed by that.
Yeah, I was blown away, like absolutely blown. And I admittedly, I'm a pretty big fan of the product, and I do enjoy the Jazzwares figures, but they're still a younger toy line. They are reaching. I think it is about 5 years old. It is 5 years old to the event. They announced those figures at Toy Fair 2020.
Oh wow.
And I hadn't seen a lick of AEW going into that Toy Fair. Like I had not really gotten back into wrestling like full time yet. So when we were there back in 2020, I interviewed Kenny Omega and Adam Page, who were tag team partners at the time, and I had no idea who they were. Like,
oh wow.
And my brother's like, you interviewed who? What? He's like trying to like
jealous
feed me from afar. And it was actually like I'll send you guys the video. It's I think it's still on YouTube, but I'm talking to Adam Page about his having a first ever action figure and everything, and then all of a sudden Kenny Omega starts shooting him with a Nerf gun from like across the room, and they started like getting into like they started scrapping in the middle of the booth. It was pretty funny, but
that's great.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of Toy Fair reveals, like I mentioned with NECA. Hasbro had a cool media event. They revealed some figures for the first time there. I got my hands on the Maximum Spider-Man. Got to play with that. I don't know how familiar you guys are with that new Spider-Man that they have coming out, but it's kind of like their ultimate or supreme edition of a Marvel figure. And they're starting with Spider-Man, so it was cool to get hands on that. The other big thing, of course, is the DC news. Going into the event.
You guys were one of the first people to break that, and you interviewed what's his name?
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane, yeah.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
So the DC license as it stands today is split between two companies. So it's split between Spin Master and McFarlane, and that is not going to be the case anymore. So Mattel has the global master license as of Q2 of 2026. So it remains to be seen what Todd and McFarlane Toys will be able to do with the DC license. He seems pretty confident that they will have some piece of the pie, but can confirm that Spin Master will be out of the DC game by the end of 2026, and Mattel will be taking over. But it was very interesting. We've interviewed him before, but to kind of ask him about this with like the wound still being kind of fresh, I could tell he was a little
butthurt.
He wasn't quite himself. But he answered it very well. You know, he took everything in stride. He had new things to talk about too. So it was it's always, and that's the thing too about Toy Fair. Like, you get the opportunity to have those types of conversations with people that you normally don't get at like somewhere like New York Comic Con, because they're too busy signing autographs and trying to make money. So
maybe that means McFarlane will be freed up to make NFL figures again, or Lamar Jackson more specifically.
Well, I had this at the ready just because.
Oh, there we go.
So McFarlane does have, this is brand new.
Oh. Brand new, really?
Yeah, this came
I've
out
never seen
this came out last year. So 2024,
damn,
this is the Lamar, and there is a Chase variant of this in the home purple.
Okay.
But
you guys didn't know that Erik is a Ravens fan. That's the main reason I had him on the pod here.
I did know that because I have access to the Instagram, so I saw you guys go back and forth in the playoffs.
Don't read all those DMs, please. Come on.
Yeah. I saw those pictures of your wife.
Oh, whoa! Come on, man. Yeah, that was big news because DC. I think Mattel will do good with DC. As a Marvel Legends collector, I don't collect it at all, but I don't know. I feel like I used to see new sets there on the pegs at Walmart and Target all the time. Am I just missing something? I feel like it's just a standstill on Marvel Legends. Like that like big bulky Iron Man, like from like the old comics, has been on the pegs at my Walmart for like, I would say, months. Like,
it's interesting. I don't know if they're moving away from brick and mortar, retail. Like there are tons of waves, but they'll announce waves and they'll say like they're online retail only. A couple
like
of
Entertainment
them
Earth or something, or
Amazon Entertainment Earth.
Okay.
Hasbro Pulse.
Hasbro Pulse. Yeah, they have they also have a direct to consumer website now.
Okay.
So and you can pay for a membership there that gives you like free shipping for the year, and it's pretty. It adds some value. Not all that different from Mattel Creations. Just a wider array of stuff is available. But yeah, and I mean when they do have a wave of Marvel Legends that comes out that is available at retail, it usually moves pretty quickly and moves and then moves on. And every now and then you'll get a wave that lingers, has characters that linger. That Iron Man wave on the retro card.
Yeah,
those did tend to linger. A couple of those characters. There's a Spider-Man wave that's kind of new right now. I haven't seen a whole hell of a lot of it
ever since the Eternals wave. It was like distribution got weird. I feel like after the Eternals, it's like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Look at, you can get them all at once, and the movie isn't great. And so it just kind of
it was. It's funny. It wasn't even that the movie wasn't great. It was that
the time gap was
the weird timing, because that was like beginning of the pandemic. They had those figures ready to go, and then the movie got delayed, and then the figure sat in a warehouse, and then the movie came out and no one was leaving their house, and they had all these figures sitting in Target and Walmart warehouses literally collecting dust.
Yeah.
So
that was before they pivoted and put movies right on streaming. Like, after about 6 months they learned to do that. Do you think we're seeing more and more stuff show up on Mattel Creations? They announced that the Monday Night Wars waves and the Legends waves are going to be popping up on there. Do you see any negative from that in Jazzware's vault for consumers, or do you think that's just like, could we see like wrestling go less and less at brick and mortars and then be more on their website? Because you're kind of cutting out the middleman, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, in terms of just Ringside, right? Like Ringside as an example. If you had the option to shop at somewhere like Ringside for how do I put this? Like, because like Ringside, they'll adjust their prices sometimes, right, based on popularity of talent, based on availability of a figure. Like even with these things, like as they were selling out, the price was actively going up on them. And we had Tom on our live stream, and he was like, that's literally like how their inventory system is set up, is that when stuff becomes more limited and gets hotter, the price goes up. Like it's just like a thing that's preset. Like
no one's sitting there doing that. It's just it's just a computer program.
These were scorching hot and the stock was going out, so the price was going up on them. Like that's just how their system is set. And they can do that, right? Because they even though they are a purveyor of wrestling figures only, they still are a retailer. Now imagine you could just have everything direct, to consumer from, Mattel or Hasbro, and you pay a fee like you do for Amazon Prime. Like I think the Hasbro one's like $50 a year, and I get free shipping on any order. Pays for itself very quickly. Especially when you're buying, $20 action figures, right? Like, you buy 6 figures a year, and that's probably going to cover you on shipping for most people. I don't see a problem in it because there is. It's not even so much the thrill of the hunt anymore because we're all used to getting stuff on Amazon and Ringside and all these other places, right? Like, I just think it's a convenience. When you go to Walmart for other stuff, when you go to Target for other stuff, and you're like, oh, let me check out the toy aisle, and maybe something like jumps out at you, right? And it gives you a reason, maybe an extra reason to go to Target instead of somewhere else because you're like, oh, that new Legends wave, it's hitting,
or three targets,
or 3 or 4, or maybe you have them all mapped on your way to work and on your way coming home from work, and you have a special set of like Walmarts and Targets that you hit in the morning before you have to clock in, and maybe there's that one that you hit at lunch. I'm not speaking from experience at all. But yeah, no, I think it's a healthy balance, and plus you have people that are nowhere near a Target or a Walmart, or it's really inconvenient, or they're in another country and maybe Smith's isn't picking up the wave. So like, having the direct to consumer option, I'm one of those people as somebody that opens, right? Like I'm not sitting here, mint on card with everything. I think everyone should have the opportunity to get something. I firmly believe that at the end of the day, these are toys. They're meant to be enjoyed, whether you're enjoying looking at them mint or whether you're opening them and posing them, putting them on a shelf. Like I think everybody that wants to get something should have the opportunity to do that. And if the direct to consumer way is a way to, broaden those horizons, then by all means, like I think they should do it.
Very nice. Well, we appreciate your insight, man. You're welcome to hang out and join us while we talk some news of the week and the weekly purchases, man. I know you're last night you were up with the kiddos. We're gonna have you on last night, but our tech issues got in the way of that. But you feel free to hang out and join us.
You guys. I'm happy to hang for a while.
Sit in, man.
Yeah. All right, Tom, you can get out of here. He's gonna take your spot.
Yeah. Just give him the slideshow, please.
No. Oh wait! Oh, he is gone. He left. There he is.
Your internet last week, dude. I don't know if it didn't happen in and out of that stream like that.
We've been a mess lately. Between my internet last week and then your guys' stuff.
Oh, guys, just so everybody knows, we had the worst audio issues. Like Microsoft Edge, all of a sudden would not let my microphone go above 1%.
There was no so odd.
Yeah,
so odd.
I'm a Chrome guy now.
Absolutely.
All right, we did some of the reveals on our Patreon, but we'll fly through those a little bit. But the first thing you had here was this looks like the season pass for 2K25 WWE. Got a bunch of names here and some people we haven't had figures of in a long time, guys. I'm interested. I'm interested in Bull Nakano #1.
That's same here. That was just going to say, if somebody doesn't say it before me, that's the #1.
We have the Alundra Blaze. We need her. Those were the only 2 women for like a year and a half that just wrestled every week.
Yes.
But I do love seeing Mark Henry on here too. We got word from one of our Patreon subscribers, Brian Parrish, actually, that New Jack has signed a Legends deal. And he, before he passed, New Jack he's a tattoo artist and he did a lot of New Jack's work. They're kind of friends of the family. So, that is cool. I mean, I don't know what line New Jack would come. It's hard to imagine New Jack in a Mattel Elite line, but stranger things have happened.
You got Sandman.
It's going to be a no noose New Jack, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're not getting a noose from Mattel. But the list here, the Abyss obviously works for the WWE now as a producer backstage. I forget his name.
Love Abyss.
Yep, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabian, the Motor City Machine Guns, who were on Royal Rumble recently. On SmackDown, still somehow Billy Gunn, who's actively wrestling for AEW. I don't know who he's banging that he has able to get figures from both companies.
Him and Jake the Snake just laying pipe everywhere.
Yeah, we talked about Victoria signing a Legends deal. She'll eventually come out. And Tito Santana we've talked about here, and Jesse Ventura. So a lot of names here that are going to be in the video game. Not necessarily guaranteeing this, but it sounds like more and more often that 1 and 1 kind of go hand in hand together. So. I think we just need a refresher for. We talk about it almost every week. The Legends line. Some of these names would be great to have figures of.
Junkyard Dog, I'm wondering about because he's in the Power Town line, right? He's in the Remco.
Yeah.
So maybe he just has the video game right now. Who knows?
Yeah.
They got to get him into the Coliseum collection. Everybody has Junkyard Dog, LJN.
Oh God.
So.
Yeah.
Possibly too many. Maybe your dad found them on construction sites. I don't know. Dug them up. I don't know.
Are you a video game guy, Eric?
Yeah. I dabble, but mostly Nintendo Switch. But I'm following all of the 2K news. That's more my brother has it pre-ordered, probably pre-installed, or it's not out yet, right? It comes out like in a couple weeks.
Comes out like this week, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I know he has the like full like mega edition pre-ordered with like
the Bloodline one, yeah.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Ready to rip for PS5. So
very cool. Yeah, it looks like a great game.
Speaking of that Bloodline edition, you can get Nation of Domination Rock is in that line or in that pack, and then they showed today on the 2K Instagram. They showed Jey Uso as an Elite figure.
So.
Yeah, 115, right at the 115 Elite as
Yep.
Is Mitch from Hassel? Is he in the Nation of Domination pack, or
it's actually his D'Lo Brown? You can wrestle as the head falls off and you can't turn it.
I did like on the Mattel Creations video today. They spelled it Jay Uso. Did anybody catch that? Yeah, in the clip I saw. I mean, it was probably some intern writing it.
Speaking of Mattel Creations.
Speaking of retros, this is the next line. I think this is August this comes out. This is Harley Race, Virgil with the suit, a really old school Ultimate Warrior before the world title run, and Bobby Heenan, who I guess is re-signed. That's another guy for Coliseum Collections. This might be the best retro set they've come out with in a long time. This is all
a great
retro.
follow-up to the Hogan Zeus and the ladies.
Right? Yeah.
Follow-up, so.
This is like before. These are like now they're going before Hasbro's. They were kind of doing the Hasbro era a little bit after. Now they're going back to like late 80s. This is great.
Yeah,
Bobby the Brain Heenan. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I would love a new Heenan Elite or even an Ultimate. Shit. I mean
yeah.
The what was it? The fan central one with the black jacket. Like, put that in the greatest hits or from the vault or something. Like,
oh hell yeah,
get that figure back out there.
Eric, I'm doing a huge purge, and like my big thing is to have at least one of every person. And the only Heenan I have from when I started collecting is the Weasel suit, which is a great, funny moment, but it bums me out that I don't have the BH, the BH like sweater, like
or the white
I
suit.
have the one from the Heenan family pack, but still, again, that's like. That's another moment, him in like the white tuxedo. Like when I think of him, I think of him with, with that black jacket with the gold piping on it.
Coliseum with him and Andre or something like that. So
my only complaint is this Heenan looks a lot like the Epic Toys one.
You did say that.
Saying it does though. Yeah.
Oh, Mitchell Craig with a great Heenan Monsoon set. That'll be great. Ultimate 2-pack. Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Those guys were hilarious together. Yeah, I mean, go back. I mean, I don't know. You can't make Heenan look too different. It'll probably not be as detailed as that Epic Toys one, just because the Mattel ones are a little more cost effective. But come on,
I do like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yep,
and with a belt too.
Yeah,
is that the first belt?
Second. Hogan. Hogan
Rip.
came with the white version of the Winged Eagle in the last set.
We get the money. We get the money in with Virgil's hand. We get the crown and the belt in this set. That's
Does
huge.
Ted DiBiase they have not made him yet, right?
No.
He's got to be coming because they got it. Maybe him and Andre could be in another retro set. Not that
I don't remember Virgil in a white suit like this, but
I think it's supposed to be silver and red. I think it's just coming off white in the
that makes more
in
sense.
the render.
This is a Mattel Creations exclusive, I believe, ECW style CM Punk Ultimate Edition with 3 heads, 2 sets of hands, the ECW title, and a Affliction style shirt that Nick probably wore back in the early 2000s.
It's more Ed Hardy. It's more Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy. Okay. This looks awesome. I'm definitely going to grab this. I love that they're going to get some more Mattel Creations exclusives Just because another easy place to buy Ultimates to stress-free purchasing. What do you guys think of this? This looks pretty nice.
Obviously I love Ultimates. And
Yeah, you're going to get all of them.
It's a great way to catch up on all the CM Punks. Is to do the Mattel creations like that. So
yeah,
it looks great.
Great moment from his career. So,
dude, when he was using the key lock on people, that just the armbar like against yourself finisher, oh, that was great. Just destroy Just Incredible, who's deserves it because he's a horrible human being. Just saying.
He was the best thing about that ECW like WWE run, just
dude. John Morrison like really ran with what they gave him. I mean, both of them and the Major Brothers, dude. Come on.
Oh, true. True.
And Nunzio, come on.
Yeah.
Nunzio.
And the Mummy. This is a big Papa Pump. I believe this is a Monday Night Wars. This is following whatever's after the Luger. I think it's the Stone Cold is after the Luger, and then we get this. This is from, I don't know what event this is from. Looks like he's got the chainmail head. He's got the big gold belt, 3 sets of hands, the Flavor Saver head scan with the goatee on 3 different heads. Gotta love it. This is similar to the Ultimate we were going to get with the Nitro stage, kind of, like besides the trunks. But this is not something I would, necessarily need to add in my collection loose, but it's definitely going to the Elite collection, the Ultimate collection. That was right. The Zombie, not the Mummy. Thank you, Michael Annam. What do you guys think about this WCW style? This is pretty nice.
Tempting, very tempting
to finally be able to. It's very needed. I mean, to miss out on the Nitro version of it, which I like. I like the biker shorts tights version of it as opposed to the singlet. This is a very welcome addition for me, and I think that this is what should be the Monday Night Wars line. The Triple H is really boring, I think, in it, and I think that one is almost misplaced. But this is great. Although I wish the sunglasses should be white or silver,
Erik,
because that's what I wore to look like Scott Steiner at that time.
Oh, did you really?
Nice. Oh, I absolutely, dude. I go to PacSun or Pacific Sunwear as it was once called, guys, and get new white and silver shades for 8 years straight.
Well, see, it's interesting when I think of the chainmail, I always think of the black sunglasses with it, like just that contrast of like the chainmail with the black sunglasses. I think of him with the when he doesn't have the chainmail on with those white and silver ones, like especially. But for some reason, like the chainmail with the black glasses is.
Well, does it come with a straight jacket? That's a good question.
They use
this picture. There had to be a reason they used this picture.
Usually, when they have a picture like that, it was the. I think the Undertaker one had a picture too, but it was just to show like what the old figure looked like. Usually, when they show a picture, it's because there's some kind of soft good element that's missing. So
yeah,
could
makes
be
sense. That is a Walmart exclusive, but again, those might start popping up on Mattel Creations as well toward the end of the year.
Scott Steiner needs a microphone, though. I will say, he would just cut those promos. That's missing. So
just never end. This is a great definitive new gen Undertaker. Looks so much better than I'm so glad they put that Elite on there because it's like a completely different creature there. Yeah. 2 sets of hands, 3 sets of heads. 2 of them have that Fan of the Opera mask. Get the purple gloves and the boot stirrup things. And the bowler type hat. This looks awesome. This is going to be part of the Target exclusive Legends Ultimate line. Again, I have to get this. I might have to get this loose too. I know it's just a computer rendering, but this is a easy figure of the year contender. This looks so freaking realistic to, I still don't know if we've gotten the definitive Undertaker Ultimate yet. Nick, we've talked about this.
I mean,
like when you close your eyes, like who you picture.
The one that came with the gobbledygooker with the gray gloves.
Nah, that's like his.
That's mine because I was at that Survivor Series. Like
that's what you guys think of.
The gray tie, yeah. For me,
what I do is to make the it's I guess you could say it's a fix up, but I take the head from the one that was in the Raw 3-pack with like the hair in his face.
Yep.
You put that on the body of the ultimate gobbledygooker body wearing the gray gloves, and for me that's
okay.
That's the one.
Yeah, because that head is definitely like debut, but the body could go as kind of like 93.
I was going to start getting more tattoos.
Yeah. I was gonna say they love using this purple. Like this is like the third or fourth time I think we've gotten this purple, right? He didn't even wear this that much. Like,
No.
It was like only a handful of times, I think. So
It's
I get
it's
it.
like from like the dual Undertaker through the Yoko thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like I get it. Like it's more colorful and it's it's not black and gray, but it's like this era of Taker wasn't that long.
No, I love the Ministry like evil Taker the best. We don't have too many of those. The defining moments was that, but it's been a while since we've gotten one of those.
I could
so.
see a proper American Badass
Yeah.
at some point too, because we have that one elite or kind of two elites touch on it, but
It'd be great if they packaged him with a chopper too.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, 2-pack Superstars. This is available on Mattel Creations right now. This looks awesome. This is the first 2-pack we've gotten from Superstars, and this makes total sense. I think it's $50 on their website.
Yep.
I don't know if it's like a thing that's going to sell out or anything, but these both look awesome, and it just fits right. I wish we had a little gold dust we can mix in there for a 3-pack, but maybe a couple years down the road. Eric, are you a Superstars collector?
I am not. I love this line, and
me too.
it makes me very, very itchy. But I have tried it. I have tried and have managed to stay away from it so far. So
yeah,
I have a completely mock set. If you want to jump in, that
yeah, just go into
I
Nick's
rarely open anything, but
garage.
I have two sets of it, and I'm like, I think I could just sell the mock and just that could just be my one loose display.
yeah, I can't do it. But I do love.
But if you want to jump in,
this new Cody likeness on this figure is absolutely insane. I want them to bring that sculpt to the Elite and Ultimate.
It looks so real. Like for the Superstars, like they're supposed to be cartoonish and stuff. That face looks like Cody Rhodes, and the Dusty looks just like him too.
Yeah.
I did pre-order
the
this
Ultimate
one
head.
Dusty Elite I was going to keep during the purge, and now it's exact. Now I might change it up. I might keep like the WrestleMania one instead.
Yeah, that Dusty head is very close to one of the ones that's in. I just opened that Ultimate today. Actually, finally got around to it.
Okay.
But yeah, that Dusty head's very close to one of the ones in that Ultimate. But that Cody head is just like jumps off the screen at you. I really want that one.
That's a sharp face for sure from Dusty. Like,
a short face.
It
or he's saying, "Who fucking fought it, baby?
Who fought it, baby?"
Knowing it was him. Knowing it was
yeah.
Yeah.
We went through. Oh, go ahead, Phil.
Sorry. Yeah, we talked about this on the Patreon episode over the weekend. Me and Tom did an episode just real quick to get these out. This is Elite. It's tiny on my screen. 118, I think. 116. This is
18.
the 118. Yeah, Tangalawa, Tamatonga, Solo Sokoa in the black suit, Jacob Fatu, Cena collector's edition dressed up like the Undertaker, and Nia Jax. Very low kind of colors set here, but much needed for the new bloodline. I'm going to pre-order that Jacob Fatu minute 1. It goes up there. All these look awesome. Mattel is just killing it right now with these Elite sets. So
just saying, this would have been a great place to sneak in Haku.
Oh yeah,
Haku to Legends contract and get him in there. What a great
instead of that
announcement.
Undertaker.
Instead of parking lot John Cena.
Yeah.
So is that John Cena as the Undertaker, or is that like gangster John Cena?
It's gangster when he came out. Like I think when Punk was one of the gangsters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I thought it was Undertaker, like him dressed as Undertaker.
No.
You sure?
No, it's from that. It's from that match when they had the gangster entrance. Yeah, and CM Punk was enhancement talent. OVW gangster.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you needed like a Marvel Legend Tommy gun or something to put in his hand. I don't know if they. I'm sure there's somebody that has a Tommy gun in the Marvel universe.
With my Cena purge, I feel like I could, if somebody wants to do a fig photography of, the Cena entrance with the 50 Cenas on each side that he ran through.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I got a lot of.
I'm sure my damn toys can do that. He's got enough Cenas. I just pre-ordered this on Ringside. I use code FIGCAVE. This is the Ultimate Series 26. Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, and Jimmy Uso, no yeet. This is the first time we get the Jey Uso with the vest and the yeet sunglasses. Our first Drew McIntyre Ultimate, which we've said was one of the few of current big stars we haven't gotten yet. He's got the meme face with the peace sign. I love everything about this. Nick, I know you're going to get these. Have you ordered these yet, Nick?
I ordered them through J&J before we went on the air.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know they're up there.
They just put up the pre-order thing, and
I
think I got them for less than retail.
Very nice.
With our Patreon discount code.
Yeah, Patreon members get 15% off. Why would you not?
Shipped, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eric, do you shill this much on your podcast?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
That's why I love Bonobos. Bonobos.com. You can get a great pair of red pants.
I won't. But don't worry. I know. I'm in another dog's territory. I will not drop my ringside code on.
Shoot. Okay.
Won't do
okay.
it. Won't
Good.
do it.
Sorry, that was one of the Case Fresh funny parts. Like that they both have it. Like instead of the United one, is that
they're just fighting to stand first.
Or
Yeah.
you could use this. Well, I would use this. I mean,
we just got this John Cone as a Build-A-Figure. Now it's part of the Greatest Hits from the Vault Ultimate Legends Greatest Hits set from Ringside. This is John Cone in the Foot Locker black and white and the SmackDown red button-up shirt. We talked about this. We're not really sure why. Sorry, blue. I don't know what's.
That's the finish line. No, that's finish line.
Yeah,
blue.
finish line blue. Yeah, yeah. Why John Cone is the guy that we're getting as the first referee? But I guess it's because he still works there. And Tom let me know that the Earl Hebner is not on good terms with WWE. So
I wonder if, because like I have wanted a referee figure, referee elite, like modern referee elite for a long time. And I wonder if it's because they did the Nick Cone Build-A-Figure. Yeah. I wonder if they like got the father and son duo as like a pair. And that's why he's like the de facto referee.
Because that's a good, because they couldn't sign the kid. He's under 18, so the parent had to sign. So we're like, oh shit, we get both of these signed now.
Yeah,
might as well make figures of you. Yeah, that makes sense.
But if you want to do Lil Nate in the Monday Night Wars line,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what it needs to be.
Yeah, I would absolutely love. And I've messaged him on Instagram before, and he's active on social media, and he's like, yeah, I'd love to have a figure. So like he's not, you know, it's not like he's against it, but yeah, it's Charles Robinson needs a figure yesterday. Like,
oh yeah,
it would. Oh, yeah, give me a variant with him as Lil Nate with the jacket.
It's. I mean, because he can fit WCW, he can fit WWE, like
all the way up until today. You could put him in that new gray
current
pushing Jericho for talking shit uniform in the ring.
Yeah.
Yep.
More on this is our first Hornswoggle figure since he's been back. This is a John Cena prototype when he was in OVW. A Boogeyman. I think this was an elite, an early Redbox elite that they're remaking here, which is great. Comes with the original did not have the worms you could put in the mouth. This does. That's going to be cool. Me and Tom both talked about. We don't know why there's this drawing on the box looks like a cartoon for some reason instead of a picture, which is odd, but might be a reason for that. I don't know. And then Greatest Hits Ultimate Edition Razor Ramon. This is a different color than the Target one with the chase, and a Roman Reigns kind of I don't know what's different about this. I don't think there's really much different about it. This is Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. These are going to be up on Ringside, I believe.
It's the first time you're getting all those heads and that title together.
Oh, okay.
So he's got all black. He doesn't have the red boots. The last one had the red boots. He's got the new title with the side plates, which we've gotten in a couple elites, but he also has those two. All the heads have like the new sculpt, so they have the new like facial hair, the higher hairline, all that good stuff.
Good to know. Yeah, looks
now
great.
I'm okay with the Greatest Hits line being like that with a slight variant. I like that because it keeps, not that I'm selling everything, but like it keeps your resale of the old stuff. But also gives you a reason to grab these. So
it's a double.
I'm into it. Yeah.
Hey, it's the one I saw at Toy Fair.
Oh, John Cena. Yes, this is this is Monday Wars or this is Legends.
Fan
takeover. Oh, okay. This is Amazon then. Okay. This is a chain gang. John Cena with 3 heads. You got the baseball cap, the chain microphone, 5 sets of hands, and the fake basketball jersey. I guess that's it could be a Knicks jersey. I don't know.
Still no okay hands.
Sixers.
We need
Sixers for me.
these.
Yeah.
We need these hands.
Have we ever gotten those before? Okay, hands from anybody?
No.
It's really weird.
Because you could use them for the Dudleys too, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I would.
Or the
I would
ECW,
hurt
Shane
somebody for
Douglas.
these.
Shane Douglas.
The one thing I like in Cena is the paint on the shorts. Is that it finally looks like denim?
Oh yeah,
not just kind of navy. Oh, that could be jean shorts. I like that brush or whatever they. D Freedom had a name for. I don't know what. Of course he did.
Distressed. They look distressed.
Yeah.
Distressed. Yeah, boot cut.
Yeah, those are jeans I would have worn
from my days at Abercrombie
for sure. Yeah, I'm a structure guy.
I was forget who I was telling somebody I worked at Abercrombie the other day, and they looked me up and down like, how did this fat disgusting loser work at Abercrombie? I was in like the stockroom manager, but it was a nice place to work. A lot of hot 18-year-old girls there.
It always smelled good.
Always smelled good. Yeah, we would spray a whole bottle of cologne every morning in that whole store.
I hated that store
because
so nothing fit me, but I had the cologne.
I could barely fit into the extra larges, and I would hide them until they went on sale. This is a Stone Cold Monday Night Wars Ultimate. This is a Walmart exclusive. Does not have the middle fingers, but we do get the Daniel Bryan yes fingers. I guess these would be Coors Light cans. There's no writing on them. Get the real little nut hugger shorts here, and 3 sets of heads for Austin, and a tank top. This is and the handcuffs too, so you can do the when he gets arrested and taken out of Monday Night Raw. But the scans on this, I don't know if this is a picture, if this is a computer, but these look amazing.
Yeah, they look really good.
Really good. So I don't know is there a company that will make middle finger hands for elites, for ultimates?
I'm surprised there isn't yet.
Jeez, yeah.
Again, I don't know how much you guys dabble into Marvel Legends at all, but they put out the Hugh Jackman Wolverine this past in 2024, and it was based on the concept art. So he's got the full sleeves. They didn't realize that the most of the movie he'd be sleeveless. So there is a company and you can go on AliExpress or eBay, and they make arms that you can pop in without having to do a whole hell of a lot. So it's shocking that after all these years, nobody has made WWE Elite Ultimate middle fingers, or for that matter, the Cena hands.
Yeah, the Cena hands. Yeah.
There's somebody with a 3D printer.
Yeah, Zach's got one. Come on,
get out there.
Superstars Wave 14. These the only problem with these is they're not, the distribution isn't great, but this is a cool old school set with Zeus, Iron Sheik,
baby, dude.
Sheiky baby.
That's my Sheiky baby.
Diesel, and Great Muta, who is the Chase. Both of the Chase and the regular come with 2 sets of heads. Mitchell Craig says Craniac Studios makes middle finger hands.
I'm literally looking that up right now.
Gotta check it out. See? Yeah. All right, we gotta get them to sponsor the show and just send us a bag of little middle finger hands. That'd be awesome.
Bag of birds.
Bag of birds. I know you guys love these superstars, Tom and Nick. You guys collect these. These all look great. They all fit that kind of wheelhouse. And just the question will be getting them. Hopefully these show up on Mattel Creations too. This is the Legends I don't really care about because they're easy to find. These you would double your business on these if you put them on Mattel Creations.
Still looking for Heart Foundation. If anybody's out there.
I haven't never seen those in stores.
We could come to an agreement.
Oh, you have them, Nick? Oh.
2 sets, of course.
This one was a head scratcher, but people seem to like it. This is a R-Truth, Miz, and Triple H box set. This is I thought it was a Target, but this is a Walmart exclusive. This is following the NWO 3-pack of Hall, Nash, and Hogan. I'm not sure what's going on with Miz's head here in this picture on the right. Looks like he took a frying pan to the side of the face, but the R-Truth looks good. Those new tag team belts look good. And then you get the stepdad at the soccer game after a meeting suit with Triple H, which I thought was an ultimate body, but I guess it might be just an elite. But I think that'll be great for customizers. They can do a lot of different things with that suit body. You can make a Cody. You can put an Adam Pearce.
You could just make the arm around with doing his point, so you could just really pose it with anybody.
Well, this one comes with the pointing fingers.
Is it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just
There you go.
One thing I
by the
noticed.
way, I did look up those hands. Craniac Studios has both the middle fingers and the what they call the 3-time.
Oh, dude.
Are they
Eric.
pierced? No, I'm seeing all gray.
Eric, reach out. Tell him both podcasts will promote his website for till the end of time. We just got to send us some.
It is $15 for a pair of hands.
Oh
and
my gosh.
they are gray, and you will need to paint them.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out.
I'm out on that now.
One thing I noticed about this 3-pack, the picture on the back of the box is like from the actual event, like when they got these titles handed to them. They're in street clothes. They're not in their wrestling gear, which is kind of weird. That that's the picture on the box, and then your guys are in wrestling gear here. Like I know these guys needed elites. Like it's been a while since Miz had one. Definitely a while since R-Truth had one, but and a while since we got a suited Triple H. But yeah, it was just weird when I was scrolling through the pics afterwards, and I was like, after we did the Patreon episode, and I was like, oh my gosh, they were in street clothes when they got. It's
going to be the most commonly fig swapped. Like the things that are going to show up in this 3-pack return to the store.
I cannot even believe this is Miz. As good as Mattel has been, if you crop this head,
it looks like
and ask, if you ask somebody, I don't think anyone would say Miz. It's awful. But I don't know.
Do you guys have the Roman Alpha and Sika set left, or
no? Gone.
Do you still have them in the Walmart set? In your
there's a couple. There's one Walmart that has just perpetually has 2 of them sitting there.
Are they full price still?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people use the Rock scan tag and walked out with both.
Yeah,
because they disappeared from every store in my area like overnight.
Yeah.
Quick. A lot of them disappeared when they were on sale. When Walmart had that random
on the
Friday. I grabbed it for $30-something. You couldn't beat that.
Yeah. Like a sore dick, you can't beat it, man. What we got next, Tom?
Next up is a Smiths over in the UK exclusive of Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. 3-pack, all main event basics, whatever you want to call them. But cool idea to put all 3 of these guys together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We didn't talk about it. Not to go back. I don't know if you guys saw it. The fucking Canadian crowd booed the shit out of the national anthem. Really pissed me off.
Dude, it happened during the Four Nations hockey tournament thing.
Yeah.
It's not new.
Pat McAfee was like on the table, like he was not happy either. You know, you could tell he was trying to not mince his words, but
he's getting death threats and
from Canadians. They're so nice.
And from
with what? Their rubber band
daughter.
Yeah. From what? Oh yeah, I did see he posted about that. He had a picture of his daughter, and somebody was like threatening him.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So dumb.
Roddy Piper, Funko Pop. Is this a pin? What is this? No,
it
looks
that's
flat.
The side of the box.
Okay. All right, I got you. Okay, this is a Funko special edition. I don't know if this will be on Fanatics or this is showing up to Walmart.
These are usually at GameStop, I think. The Hall of Fame
GameStop.
edition ones.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Eric, is Funko still like? What's their like presence and or I guess how has it changed at Toy Fair, or is there?
Oh, they're cruising. Ever since they bought Mondo.
Okay.
I think they just reported today. They reported their earnings, and they're up year over year. So they're doing great.
So there was with that whole like 5 million pop dump that it didn't kind of slow them down or anything, or
it did what it was supposed to do actually. It let them get that off the books and and basically move on. And now I guess they're making. I would imagine again, I have no insight into this thing, but I would imagine they're making fewer shorter runs of everything. I haven't noticed as much Funko clog at stores, these days anymore. Especially in Walmart and Target, everything kind of moves.
Yeah, we had that guy from Heroes Hideout, Steve, the owner, which now they changed it to Experience. They changed the name, but he would do these kind of updates, and it was coming out of the pandemic. It was interesting. Every time they would get their allotment as a smaller store, it was well, no, Walmart ate it because they didn't. Walmart took mine because they didn't have enough, or it just seemed like it was kind of a cluster for a little while. But it sounds like they, like you said, they maneuvered out of that. And interesting.
Yeah, they actually have this whole new thing.
Pops.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they have that. They're really leaning into the whole biddy thing. I have a pack of them somewhere, but they're doing this whole new thing. Their thing at Toy Fair was they announced Biddy City, so you can actually build these a model city that's in scale with those little tiny pops, and there's like vehicles you can put them in and
Oh my
buildings.
gosh,
You
that's
can
awesome.
build like it reminds me of people who build like model train cities. Same sort of deal.
It's so weird to me. Like, as whether you open stuff or not, like I just feel like Pop should stay in the box. They look so much cooler. Like in like, it's a very weird toy out of package.
Well, even the little ones have like they're in a box, and then the little ones are in a box in a box. So I was trying to see. I had a pack of them somewhere that actually from Toy Fair, and can't find them.
Oh, 2 week only, March 5th to March 19th. We got a Adam Copeland, Cope, the rated R superstar Cope, micro brawler from chopaw.com. Actually looks pretty good. Kind of the gray hair on the sides. You get the devil rock hands, and 100 orders will receive a red vest chase variant, which looks cool. People are already getting these. This is the Kenny Omega and Ricky Saints Walmart exclusives. The Kenny Omega looks like pretty much what we've seen from Kenny Omega, but I love the Michael Jackson-esque red and black on Ricky Saints. The vest looks cool.
I would have gone with Sticky Racks, dude, and I'm going to stand by that. That's what
Sticky Racks.
Sticky Racks is what I would have changed the name to.
Yeah. I
believe these are supposed to be available. These and the mocks that's coming up next. I believe these are supposed to be part of CollectorCon next week. So Walmart's doing their annual spring CollectorCon. It's the 13th and 14th. The preview for it is up right now. Walmart.com/collectibles, I think, is the URL for it. But yeah, I think these are supposed to be part of that. And they, as typical Walmart thing, they just kind of blipped and, people leapt all over it. So,
of course.
Is that a question that ever gets asked? I mean, like, is Walmart there?
They're there, but not. They don't have like a booth. Like their people are wandering around talking to other companies. Like you would not be able to find them. Like it's not like they have like name tags or.
They don't have the blue vests.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no like beacon on their head that's like.
I mean, people would say, "Oh, like what? How do we ever address the distribution, problems?" It's like, at no point is there anybody that could ever answer that question. That there's no one out there to field said question.
So related question though, something that I did actually find out recently from actually an interview that we did with Spin Master. You guys are familiar with the whole concept of like a buyer, right? Like a store has like a role where somebody goes to toy companies and they're like, I want to buy this from you. Like that's their role.
That's my dream job. Yes. Yeah.
That role in some instances, and this part is where it gets a little fuzzy. I don't know if this is across the board with every toy company. I don't know if it's, contract to contract, whatever it is, but some buyers actually have so much pull with toy manufacturers that they can go to them and literally request that certain things exist. So in the case of Spin Master, the target buyer was like, Batman Forever is my favorite Batman movie. When I was a kid, I loved the figures from Batman Forever. Make Target a 4-figure tribute line to the Kenner 1996. And they did it. Like Spin Master literally made the line. They made it at the price point that was requested, and it sold out. Like it was on shelves for like a week, gone, one run, done. But the information there is not that like they did a crazy thing and it actually worked. It's more so that like a buyer could go to a company and say like, okay, you have this Supreme line. Great. Give me John Moxley. Or
Techno
Sting,
Team 2000. Do it. I need Techno Team 2000.
I need a Max Moon.
I guess that's better than like someone who doesn't know anything, right? I guess like imagine if you're a buyer for like toys and you just don't even know like anything about wrestling. Like, what are you gonna send us all the Hulk Hogan's? I guess
to these super passionate wrestling figure collectors, we feel like they don't know anything about like
yeah,
and they probably do. But we're we always think we know more than anybody that's actually doing the job. So
you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, it's true. These pictures are from Carlos Barea on Instagram. He sent me
Carlos Baerga, the baseball player.
No, Baera. I wish he was a great player. this is John Moxley Supreme figure. Looks pretty nice. He's got 3 sets of heads, 2 pairs of legs, 2 shirts and like a leather jacket. None of them are balding head. They're balding heads, but no bald heads, which is where he's, at now with his character. But it looks pretty good. These should be showing up soon. And this is, like you said, part of that CollectorCon for Walmart. We'll get into that more for Mattel stuff.
I will always praise. I love that the Supremes just are the figure. That all the accessories are. I mean, you see them a little bit more now. It's like a little more visible, but I feel like on the early ones, like you did not see the arms and legs on the side. And I think that's something that I wish the Ultimates did a little more of. Is hiding the accessories, but that's not retail friendly. People want to see all that added bonus. Like not everybody obviously displays it like we do. And get rid of the blue Walmart sign, please. I don't care if it's. We know you're the only one that sells it. Of course, you're a Walmart exclusive.
Or make it a sticker you can peel off or something. Whatever.
Put it on the back.
Put on the side top. I don't care, but
anywhere but the front.
Yep.
This is.
Here we go.
You might have actually taken this picture before we stole it, Eric. This is the FTR Living Legends 2-pack coming soon to Jazzwares Vault, and also the comic book style Orange Cassidy, which I think Brian Myers already has one of those. They probably sent it to him in advance, but the Jazzwares Vault FTR ones look great. Kind of the throwback Boogie Nights era like logo. Pretty cool looking box. We've said it before. Jazzwares does really good with their packaging, and this looks no different. So we'll have to pick these up. These look really good.
Chris Metzger, legendary packaging designer over there. He is.
Oh, really?
He has, the guy who's in charge of packaging at Jazzwares has done some of the best packaging in the history of toy manufacturing, going all the way back to like Toy Biz days. He did the WCW figures with like the ropes on the front, all those Marvel and or Toy Biz era figures. He started on the Marvel Legends line and did some of like the Spider-Man movie figures, the Hulk movie figures. He's done some insane packaging over the years. He's a legend in the industry.
All right, so as the kids say, let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah.
He's done every single one of these special AEW releases, like the Danhausen one with the cape, the
coffin, and all those.
Does he get to do a lot? Does he do most of the ringside ones, obviously too?
Yep, every single one of those is him.
Great. Yeah.
Good. Shout out Chris Metzger.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's fly through some of these other things here. This is this came up during the Toy Fair. This was a Adam Copeland ringside figure. Not ringside figure. This is their new series. These pictures are from ringside. You got the regular and the 1 of 5,000 chase with the Colin Farrell beanie on there. Keep going. This I don't know who. That's Swerve Strickland and another stepdad. this is, oh my god. This is like from one of those drug commercials. This Christian looks like he's taking Ozempic or something. That looks very serious, very angry. And we got Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, and another Ricky
change up.
Another Ricky Saints. What'd you say?
The Kill Switch is a real nice change up from the.
Yeah, it is.
And he looks sharp in person. The very, very cool figure. They had these in just outside of the vault area in the booth.
Another Ricky Saints. We had a Willow. We talked about this on the Patreon episode. This might be the best Jazzwares figure they ever make. Willow Nightingale regular with the pink, and then the gold and black is the 1 of 3,000. It looks like a little miniature person. It looks amazing. Completely nailed it. So good series there. That's available soon on Ringside. Collect Major Stars. Is this a ring they're making? I didn't even see this.
Yep. So they're making a ring that's for the Bendies and the Major Stars.
Okay.
And they are using the template and working with Boss Fight cross promotion.
Oh, cool.
That's the Boss Fight ring with Major branding.
And we got Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy from their early developmental talent days, right? Early WWF days. Kind of like a plaid pants. That's pretty cool. We had Series 13 shown off. The Islanders, Kerry Von Erich, and Bruiser Brody. What a great set of big rubber guys that we saw. I
think I'm in on Kerry and Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, they're gonna be awesome.
Yeah, the big rubber guys are fantastic, and the new sculptor that they have, Brian Beatty, I believe his name is.
Yep.
He's doing some incredible work. That the mat that they just put out, the King mat, is so good.
Yeah,
it's just so good.
If I had to start all over again, I think I would just collect big rubber guys. Honestly,
yeah,
they're that good.
They are so good.
Oh, I gotta order Demolition. I keep forgetting that it went on sale. I keep waiting for I gotta wait till next. Well, I guess it would be the new month, but
yeah, the pre-order is the order, right?
I've heard
or
that.
You could just buy it through J&J later on for less. But just say you just don't need a day one.
We got Rick Martel with the removable sweater around the neck and the Arrogance spray bottle, and then we had a second set of Road Warriors, a Hawk and Animal. This is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive that was up for pre-order. I'm a little worried about we had a pre-order for a Macho King through Wrestling Collector Shop, and then somebody put on Twitter that they filed for bankruptcy.
That's not the first time. I feel like I've seen screenshots of them filing for bankruptcy like last year too.
Really?
Yeah, just because you file for bankruptcy doesn't mean you're going out of business. It just kind of like forgives you on certain things.
Oh, Michael Scott told me that. You're right.
Yeah. I
declare. We finally get to see some in-hand major stars. These are kind of like a Funko-esque, shorter, detailed wrestling figure. We got Sabu, Ethan Page, Sergeant Slaughter, and Jordan Grace. I believe we have a Danhausen coming along the line at some point, and they showed off a Macho Man. So I guess you could. I mean, what else would you compare these to, Eric? Did you see these up close? Like,
so
size-wise?
They're actually, if you guys remember, the Loyal Subjects had that.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Action. I forget what they were called. I want to say Action Stars, actually. That's what they're kind of like. Because they do articulate. The arms move. The head is kind of like on a ball. Yeah, they're almost like the Loyal Subjects.
It was a UFC line, right? Did Loyal Subjects do those UFCs?
It was they might have been one of the licenses, but they had a little bit of everything. So there were WWE ones, there were like horror ones, there were a little bit of everything. Kind of like their usual model. Like for some reason, the one that jumps into my head always is they did like a little xenomorph. They had like Alien and Predator ones, but
cool.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were actually. It was Action something, but yeah, that's what these are more like.
I don't know. I'm not sure what the price point is going to be on these, but I would say 20 to 25 maybe would be right, but we'll see. We haven't gone up for sale yet, but we do have Blues Brothers. Those are the same style as Blues Brothers? Yeah.
Yep.
I've never seen a Blues Brothers movie or anything. I've never seen a Rambo movie ever in my life.
Dude,
what?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what's your problem. I don't know what you're. Yeah, he's done.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm out of there.
No, Blues Brothers. The first Rambo movie is actually like very heavy. It's not like a typical like First Blood is like it's a heavy movie.
Really?
It's not like your typical action movie. It's mostly about like PTSD and like it's a heavy movie. But Blues Brothers is like literally one of my favorite movies of all time. It is like it is an amazing comedy. So cannot recommend it enough.
All right. Yeah. I've also never seen Bloodsport, and this is a Bloodsport Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Kickboxer.
Okay. Well,
I've
never seen that. I've never seen that either. Kickboxer Jean-Claude Van Damme. We have a bloody variant. Are these big rubber guys? What are these?
This is BRG, yeah.
Yeah, okay. This looks awesome. Not too much to say about that, but it's cool, really cool that they are getting licenses outside of the wrestling world. There's so much they can do with this. I don't think they've even tapped the potential of all these different lines.
Please get over the top. Please go.
Oh my god! There you go. That's a movie I have seen. I love that movie.
Just Link Hawk, Bull Hurley, which that I stole his look. That's why I shaved my head intentionally. I have full head of hair, guys.
I think this would have been the biggest news of the week if there hadn't been so much stuff going on. But KWK Kayfabe Heroes relaunching the Max Moon, aka Comet Kid. Does it say Max Moon now on the package?
Looks like it, yeah.
I didn't never notice that. It was Comet Kid before. These went up. Our friends J&J Figures have them on their website for $14.99 each, and I think a combo was like for two of them was like $28. It was even less. So,
and if you use the Patreon code,
15% off.
Yep.
And I used my shop pay. I ended up paying like $7 for these two figures.
Yep.
I unboxed the original ones that Sean did send us, and they were amazing. These are a little bit different, like print wise. I know some people have had concerns. Sean does want to come on the pod. He's asked several times, and he just kind of wants to explain the business model here. But it sounds like the Barry Horowitz is going to be for the same price. It sounds like he's going to try to keep these retro figures at $14.99. I don't know how. We've talked about this in our group chats. Coming from overseas and the shipping, obviously you're paying shipping from J&J or Silent, wherever you get it from. But how do you think he's getting these figures made for less than $15?
I'm not going to say what I think.
I mean, he's made multiple lines of these figures. I mean, he's
unless he's just willing to take a little bit of an L on it. I mean, I don't. There's enough people out there that are doing this that are very transparent about what it costs to do this sort of thing. So I mean, if he figured out a way to do it and it's considered a trade secret, good for him. So I mean, and good for everybody that's collecting them.
And for the record, I did order the blue one because I just want to see what it's like. But and to support J&J.
What would be cool is if you did like if you come out with one of them this year for full price, and then do a reprint a year or two later for the $14.99 of like a different, like the red or something. Then but like if he's going forward, they're all gonna be that price. You could never go back to. No one's ever gonna then pay.
Yeah, it's just sheer volume. I mean, that's the only way he could be doing it, right?
It's gotta be.
He's making enough and hoping they sell through. But
I am.
Because there's an MQO for all of this stuff. At a price, and that's just it is what it is, and whatever factory he's working with, whatever. I
mean, Tom's got insight, and then these were announced the night before I worked and shipped out CM Punks for Josh, and it was like there were some interesting conversations last Saturday. Just nothing good, nothing bad. It was just it was interesting to kind of hear some out loud numbers and go,
Yeah.
I mean,
I've had those conversations with Jack.
Yeah. Do you have a retro company you work with? Did you talk to Mitch about this, Phil?
No, I work with KWK now. I've saddled up to them now. We've all picked sides. This is like there's a McMahon in every corner, type of thing. This is a Berserker from KWK. Comes with removable Viking hat, sword, a shield. John Nord is his name, right? In real life.
Yep. He'll be at the big event next Saturday.
Oh, okay. Shout out big event. And here's the Barry Horowitz. You got 4 different colors, suspenders, not suspenders. You got an Ox Baker, who I don't remember too much, but pretty menacing looking dude with the devil goatee.
The Ox Baker. This isn't a knock on KWK. This is just like what Ox Baker looks like. I feel like my mom would take me to like Family Dollar or something, and this Ox Baker figure would be on the pegs, just because it's like a generic
on like a He-Man body.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He was a local guy to where I grew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So he was on when they started making more like local commercials, like when a Subway franchise could have a local commercial. It was he would yell at the end, mention Ox Baker's name and get $1 off a footlong sub.
Oh, I'm gonna do that next time I go to Subway.
Yeah, Ox Baker's name and get $1 off a footlong sub.
Little Indian lady will have no idea what I'm talking about.
I still remember all like the show tunes for all the local restaurants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're living in 2025, and we're about to talk about the 5th Barry Horowitz figure of the day.
Wow.
Of the show.
And then Josh has them too, right? Zombie.
Does he?
I think.
Remember when Barry Horowitz used to pat his collarbone? Those were the days.
A for effort. I hope that arm that is patting him though, it's like, remember the $1 Million Man had one that like would go like in and out of his shoulder, kind of.
The spring-loaded one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just because
I don't know if Barry Horowitz is the guy that you spend the extra money for extra joint action.
Either that, or he's going to be giving a lot of elbows in the ring. That's
yeah. Cobra Clutch.
I like the idea. I hope the execution's on point.
I need the vest though. Sorry, I need the vest with the handprint.
Mm-hmm.
Possible blue sparkling braces accessory. I don't know what that means.
Well, he's got to see how much that paint costs. Sometimes stuff like
the
sparkling
gold
blue or gold.
Yeah.
Sparkling blue could be as much as gold.
I'm reading the notes on the diagram closer. Possible ball joint in left shoulder, elbow, articulation at neck. So yeah, I guess he's gonna try to make it so that it can rotate at least.
Wow.
Interesting.
2025. Yeah, you're right.
Because he
Horowitz.
did do this, right? He went
Yeah.
like,
He went like that. Went like that. Yeah.
Dawson over here reaching around his face to catch his back.
That's it for Fig News.
Oh, that's it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? We didn't even go over today's Mattel creations.
What are you talking about? That's what we started with.
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It's been so long. You're right.
Now's a good time to remind you that the Fig Cave podcast is sponsored by Cornbread Gummies.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So, once again,
Eric, if you enjoy a non-alcohol good time, check out Cornbread Gummies. First USDA approved THC and hemp gummies. You can get them at getcornbreadgummies.com.
All right.
All right. Well, with what we saw from Elimination Chamber, there was a bunch of figure photography all over Instagram. We wanted to capture some of our favorites here, give some of those folks a shout out. Here's WWE.collectibles on the left. You got John Cena's head on top of a bloody Cody Rhodes head.
in the best
Rock.
Travis Scott you could do in the back there.
Is that supposed to be Travis Scott? Yeah, Cody Rhodes weight belt. I love this one from Rangers on Rangers.n.wrestlers. This is the final boss with the throat slash. You got Cena holding up the big old belt and Cody just yelling on the ground, which is cool. Click Toys, another great one. I love this Cena look where he's just kind of mean mugging. It's one of the few non-smiling Cena heads.
That's the one I used in my pick too. You gotta. It's from the Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
The Hollywood Cena head.
I love that shirt too. I don't know where he got that shirt because it looks different than this one on the right. This is Extreme Figures AUS.
It looks like the Superstar shirt, right?
No, that might be oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. It's Lucha. Man,
Santos Escobar?
No. I'm gonna look it up because
Karrion Kross is Lucha too. I don't know if you've seen that. It's just so you know.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Power Lucha.
Power Lucha.
Okay. On Instagram.
Okay. Alex West collects here. You got Cena. Only one of the people that used a suited Cena, which I like. A little more accurate. And Cody staring him down.
You mean
and then
Cody?
Oh man, my brain is not working tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Suited Cody. And then My Damn Toys here on the right. Again, Cena's head on top. You got one of my favorites, collectible_R. All these guys are great follows if you're listening. Check them all out. Great.
I'm going to do a fig photography account, but it's going to be. I'm not going to take them out of package, so I'm just going to lean boxes on each other. I'm just going to leg Cody, and he's just going to be in the
just the size of the boxes.
Mock fig photography guy.
I should have done that. Damn it!
That'd
what
be
a great
if you
idea.
put them in the ring exactly where they're supposed to be standing, just kind of like near.
Well, no, I'm going to do the ultimate ring, but I'm not going to build it. That's going to be in the box.
Oh, and just like a hand glued to the side of the box. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow Toy Farce on Instagram. I plug him on every show that I'm on. He's so funny. He's like a toy meme guy, but every now and then he'll post like on Tuesday he does Tuesday toy memes, and he'll post like how Mint and Box collectors enjoy blank, and like sometimes it's like how Mint and Box collectors enjoy their TV, and it's just a mounted like Samsung box on the wall with the TV not taken out of it.
Great
love
stuff.
it.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out how to open more. It's tough, man.
It's
tough deciding what you want to do.
We doing weekly purchases?
Yeah.
All right.
Eric, all the free shit you got at Toy Fair. Let's see it.
It's not one of those things. You don't get a whole lot of free stuff at Toy Fair.
This is brought to you by our friends at Ringside Collectibles. Use code FIGCAVE, not Eric's code. Don't worry about what he said earlier. Use FIGCAVE. His code gets you 9% off, so you don't want to use that and use our code. We can talk about your Toy Fair haul. You said you didn't get too much, but I know Nikki and Tom got some stuff. I actually sold some stuff. I sold the...
Sorry.
What the fuck was that?
I
I sold the Raw ring on the Raw is War ring on eBay. $250 I got for that thing. It's literally
Wait,
just
what?
Yeah. Yes.
Just the ring?
Just the ring, no figure, no cane. Yeah, I threw it up
It's
there
been
because I
sold
was
out everywhere.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
the
not
cane
available.
or the Rio one?
The cane.
The original? Oh, is that
Yeah.
worth money now? The one from 2 years ago?
I sold it for $250. And then I used that money to then buy the Rhea ring off of Mattel Creations. It's on the way. So and I still have the Bischoff ring is not worth, it's getting like $100, so don't even worry about that. I might actually build that. Eric's kind of inspired me to put that together because it'd be cool to set that up. But yeah, I was like, I can't have I wanted the Rhea. I wasn't gonna have 3 rings in boxes sitting around. Completely useless. So
I sold the
that.
first one. I sold the Raw ring for
Yep.
almost the cost of that figure at that point.
Yeah.
And then I was slow on. I have the WCW one sitting here, and then I have the Rio one sitting behind me. So doing great.
I sold that. I sold the Chase Harlem Heat on eBay for $80 or $85. So just stuff. Oh, Tom's gone again. Stuff I've had like just sitting around, and pre-order those Ultimates. Didn't pick anything up this week, I don't believe. But going to Sarasota, I've mapped out some toy stores. I'm sure I'll be hitting some Walmarts and Targets. I like to like my wife is like a little more cool with me. Like if I pop into a Walmart or Target on vacation, I'm definitely going to be buying something, some random elite. I see that WrestleMania shipper, which we didn't talk about in the news. Tom didn't throw it in there, but that WrestleMania shipper is showing up to stores, has the latest Ultimates and Money at War set. So, but yeah, bought a bunch of baseball cards to get signed down at spring training. Hopefully, my son is not disappointed. Nick, what did you pick up?
Well, because I worked for Zombie, I saved money on shipping, and I just grabbed my order.
Nice.
I put one on eBay right away, and I was the guy that everybody's talking about that sold for a lot of money. So
you're talking about the CM Punk retro, right, with Larry? Nice.
Yeah. So I can't believe that someone bought it for what they bought it for.
Hey.
Not
mad at that.
So I have that. I don't think I got. I just because I felt like buying something, I bought the Greatest Hits Sheamus, the King Sheamus. I don't know why I bought it. I just was like,
we'll use that as giveaway.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But I think it's a great figure. I love Sheamus elites, and I did as I just figured out which ones I was going to purge. I was like, I think I need this one to fill. Because if I'm going to keep multiple versions of somebody, I want it to be like gaps, different, really different versions, not just different. Sheamus is the champ. But that's it. I don't think I got.
I did get my Great Muta Ultimates in the mail. They were amazing. I posted the picture on Instagram on Instagram. It's great. Yeah, that Chase is off of ringside again now.
So Muta and Damien, both Mutas and Damien Priest. I got. That's what.
Did I tell you guys off of the Major Pod group? I bought the black card backing for Bam Bam and Boss Man for like $20 from somebody.
Oh
no!
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they sell you the bases too?
Yes, he did. I didn't even ask for that. He threw that in without me even asking.
People that were doing that, but they were not they weren't getting the bases. It was like, well, it's not going to match, dude.
It's all about that base. That's what Megan Trainor told us. What about you, Eric? What'd you pick up this week?
So I'll keep it to wrestling, but I was showing them off before. I did get the LOD figures, the Road Warriors. So
nice.
These guys are awesome. I really enjoying them so far. I already got my my Typhoon and Earthquake out to do some fig photography.
Oh, nice.
Cool. So that'll be coming up this week.
What do you think of that line? Like, is there people that
good question
you kind of think about that you would like to see in that line? Or
totally. I think Sabu is probably next. Would be my guess. I think it's everybody's guess. I would love to see them go after, because we did have Tom on our live stream. We started doing live streams on Friday afternoons at like 5:00. So we're gonna try to do that again tomorrow, but or today, because it's not quite midnight yet. We're almost there. We had him on and we were talking to him kind of about it, and they want to stay in the lane of like that classic superstars right now in terms of like people that are in that like legends category. But I could see them doing like, maybe like Tommy Dreamer, I could see them going after some of like the, maybe like a Jushin Thunder Liger or like Hayabusa, figures like that have really never had a treatment like this and could really go for it. I think anybody out there that's signing with, the Epic and Zombie and all of those lines, any of those guys that don't have the WWE or AEW contracts, I think they're all fair game, right? But like, how awesome would be like a Chris Candido or
oh my god, yeah,
Shane Douglas, and Brian's got their ear already, like he was I'm sure suggesting people, and that's going to be right in his wheelhouse. So so I mean, I think they definitely stuck the landing with these. Like, everything about them works. I mean, they're nice, and they move really well. There's no like weird staining on them. They are exactly like those Jazzwares figures, though. They are like fully poppable,
popped off. Yeah, I like that.
Feels like a Jazzwares figure. The arms are even ratcheted. They just don't have pins, so you do have those nice pinless joints. The only thing that I will say is I hope they kind of back off of this knee pad situation. It's cool that the knee pads come off, but my fear is it hasn't happened yet. But like, just trying to get Animal into like that crouched position, you can see when you really start bending the knee that the pads
like
really start to split.
They're like the pegs that you would put a belt on, like a Mattel belt on. Like they've
correct.
Those are not going to be.
I haven't.
Cardona posted today that he was like, "How do you guys get the belt on and off?" He like asked in the group to people. So I was interesting. Sorry.
So like, I left him posed in that crouch for a while, and they didn't come off, but they sure as hell look like they're about to
pop.
So
I've had shirts fit like that. It's fine.
I'd like to see them.
Buttons might fly off.
I'd like to see them move away for that, but I mean, otherwise, they've got the full tilt at the ankles. They're good figures,
cool.
So I hope they stick with it. And then my other pickup is I grabbed
I
grabbed
nice.
Monday Night Wars British Bulldog. So one of the
wasn't
things
even there.
My focus for most of my wrestling figure purchases is New Gen era.
Oh man, just look back here if you need a guide.
Needed.
You consider that New Gen?
He's got the blue and yellow logo on the box. He doesn't have it's pre-December of 1997, so it counts.
Yeah,
it's pre-Monday. It's pre-Monday Night War to you, right?
Yeah,
even though it's Monday Night War's night. Yeah, I keep finding the set without Booker. I keep finding Hack, Kane, and Davey, and this morning I messaged these guys. I was like, I found it again, but it's Hack was only here for a week, and Bulldog screams to me like pre Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, when I think of Bulldog Monday Night Wars, I think of like a jeans
or shorts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. The jacket. Yeah.
They count. I think the Monday Night Wars technically started in the beginning of 1997. Like that's when like the competition really kind of like heated up. So you will get, there've been a couple of figures that are technically before that speech, that Vince speech that was in, what was that, December of 1997. So, but my, obsessive compulsive brain, if I see that blue and yellow WWE logo, that's New Gen. So
there's a pair of board shorts on WWE Shop that has that logo. I'm like, do I need these? I don't really want a WWE logo, but I want them.
I have Golga's legs sitting on my couch right now. I was messaging a couple of people on Twitter that were interested in taking them off of me. So if anyone is listening, if anyone needs some Golga legs, let me know. Hit me
We need
up.
to get you in our Fig Cave group, man. Do you use Facebook?
I have a Facebook out of the necessity of needing one to have an Instagram, but I'm never on there.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're actually no problem. I'm going to listen to that interview with Tom from Ringside. I've been DMing with him too. He lives in Slovenia.
Yeah.
So it's been hard to schedule with our three schedules with kids and everything. We're probably going to maybe interview him this weekend, but it's like 6 hours ahead. So like, the time I get home from work, it's like almost midnight there.
He did us a big solid by coming on at 5 o'clock our time with us. Like we had to
that's
butter him up a
11
little bit,
o'clock.
but
Yeah.
he was very gracious in coming on and spending an hour with us. So
Cool.
Tom's a super cool guy.
Nice. What you pick up, Tommy?
I told you.
I mean, Nick, what'd you pick up?
No, nothing. Just my punks came in. I sold
That's
them.
it? Okay.
Sold them.
All
This
right.
guy is not okay.
I'm not. My brain is like fried. This has been a long week.
Maybe you should start drinking again.
This week has been a month.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Everybody I talked to, this week has been long.
Yep.
It's also the week before vacation, so it's been extra long. Yep. All right, we'll get back to our segments and stuff next. Well, you guys will. I won't be here. We're at almost 2 hours here. But Eric, thank you for jumping on with us, dude.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. We'll promote the podcast whenever we can. You guys do a lot of cool giveaways. You're a great follow on Instagram because you guys talk about, like you said, everything under the sun. You're kind of like I feel like the Sports Center or like the CNN of like toy news. So
we try.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Thank you guys. And yeah, it's a pleasure coming on chatting. It's nice to come to a place where I can talk about wrestling the whole time and not feel like I need to talk about a little bit of everything. So
yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
It's very nice.
Cool, man. Nikki, Tommy, anything else before we get out of here, boys?
No.
Okay.
I had the earpiece, and I hope that kid's not crying in the other room.
I hope not. Oh my god. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you for listening. Stay classy. We'll talk to you soon.
Later, guys.